Going to be like 1 degree today with wind chill. I'm like, there it is.
This is number 203. I'm sorry here, so get a shot.
Messing on my shot.
Nice of you to join us.
It's okay.
This is Carpinus caroliniana. Now, what does that tell you?
From the Caribbean.
Carolina, north or south?
From California.
Caroliniana, right?
California.
No, that's planting, the underplanting here.
Oh.
So this is native to the Carolinas and the Carolinian life zone, which we are at the northerly limits of. So this is a plant that occurs, again, as an understory in climax forest. So you often find it in beech and sugar maple forest. It's actually, there are native stands of it in the London area here along the Thames Valley watershed, Medway Valley. And it's called the blue beech or musselwood. And if we look at the tree here, that you see the trunk, you can see why it's called musselwood, because it looks like it's flexing. There's some rippling in the trunk as you look along it. And it becomes a little more pronounced as the tree ages. So you get this kind of, if you look here, follow this branch right along, that main limb, and then look down and you see those kind of, almost like veins, so it's like it's flexing its muscle, hence the name musselwood. It's not a very big tree. It's a tree that gets to about probably 5 to 7 meters. It is not very definitive in its form. It's not very pyramidal. It's quite irregular in its growth shape. Now these are a little more irregular because we've had some ice come off the top of the building here and decapitate them to a degree. But it's interesting in that it's got a typical, almost a beech-like leaf, but it is a hornbeam, which is deeply ribbed. And it's a nice light green color, so it's a great urban tree in kind of shaded locations because of the partial shade of the sun. It likes fairly rich, moist soil. And it does have this characteristic on some of you see some variation here because there's some of these that have lost their leaves completely, some of them haven't, and that's the variation between the genetics of a particular species, and it can retain these leaves for quite a while into the winter. Okay? So usually just a small tree for natural kind of settings in urban landscapes, if you can use it that way. We've used it here as an understory tree, which is where we would typically find it in the woods. And I think it's just an interesting tree because of the bark characteristics as it ages in the winter too. We find that all the Carpinus are very fine branched. So they got very delicate branching. That tells you they're going to produce a lot of leaves as well. So the coarser the branch tree, often the leaves are either bigger or there's less of them. So when you see this fine branching, you know that it's going to be close. And you can see this here. Here we are in November the 5th. Got a box. And look at this. Closing of the tree. Questions?
Partial shade?
Yeah, partial shade, understory. So understory trees are typically partial shade. Okay? Let's